Namaskar, this is a random guy from VIEH group and I welcome you to the first new episode of Hack Talk. So let's get started. Before proceeding further, let's start with today's question. So today's question is, according to you, which operating system is more secure? Option A, Mac OS, option B, Windows OS, C, Linux OS. So share your answer in the comment section with some point and we'll give a shout out to the best answer next day. Now let's start with the first question. So there's a company, basically a Chinese company, which is the world largest mobile service provider. So the name is Unicom. So US has removed China Unicom American license. So you have banned them by using the term and saying this is a serious national security concern. So that's very true. China is surveilling the whole world and they are just taking a lot of information. Like as you know about the Olympic, how the Chinese application is taking information from the users, those who are visiting, and those who are getting into Winter Olympic 2022. So always be secure, always be safe from the Chinese product and all those things. Don't use them in short. Now the next news is related to a window vulnerability. So security researchers have publicly discovered an exploit for a window local privilege escalation vulnerability that allows anyone to gain admin privilege in Windows 10. So the only thing that you need is this exploit and boom, you become the hacker. So this is publicly available. I think this is mostly available into the forums, multiple dark web forums. So most probably they are going to launch the update as soon as possible, or maybe if it's get updated, then please update your window as soon as possible. Now the next news is related to a data center. So researchers has found approx 20,000 instances of public exposed data center infrastructure management software that monitor device, HVAC, control system and power distribution unit, which could be used for a range of disastrous attack. So let's assume if this will be not going to do, so that the data center will be not going to affect from the cyber attacks. Now the next news is related to a hacking group. So researchers has found that Lazarus group is using window update to spray malware in a campaign powered by a GitHub C2 server. The group once again dangled fake job opportunities at engineers in a spear phishing campaign that uses window update as a living off the land technique. So engineers, be safe. A lot of hackers group are targeting you. So all the time hackers, all the time engineers are only getting targeted from the hackers group. So always be safe from some fake job posting. Before filling up your detail, always make sure the company is legit. The form that you are filling up is legit. The source of the form is coming from an authenticated source. So always cross check and then fill your job vacancy requirement, whatever inputs you should have to give. And always remember, data is the new gold. So always keep this thing in your mind and then fill the form as you wish. Now the next news is related to a new techniques of hacker groups. So nowadays shipping scams is spreading a lot. Attackers is spoofing the courier DHL and using socially engineered messages related to packages to trick users into downloading Trickbot and other malicious payload. So researchers has found that the hackers are increasingly using scams that spoof package couriers like DHL or US Postal Service in authentic looking phishing emails that attempt to dupe victims into downloading credential stealing or other malicious payload. So Trickbot is nowadays in trend. So be safe from unauthenticated sources once again, as I told you in the earlier news. So next news is related to a hack. So there's a company called Qubit Finance, which is a decentralized finance platform that allow users to loan and speculate on cryptocurrency price variation. So hackers has used an exploit to steal approx 80 million US dollar from Qubit Finance. This is such a huge number. So since Qubit can't recover the fund on its own, the company has sent a message to the attackers using the private note feature of a blockchain transaction where they are offering to pay the hacker a bug bounty reward in the hope of convincing the hacker to return the stolen fund. The company later followed their statement up with a full public message posted on its Twitter account, asking the hacker again to get in contact with its team to disclose the bug and receive bounty reward. So let's see if hacker VIEH is returning money or not. So nowadays web application security testers are also in a high demand. If you are a bug hunter, then most probably you are going to get a lot of money in the future, but always try to be a bug hunter who are having full-fledged knowledge, not like you just know how to uh, find the access vulnerability, only three types with a common payload. So always try to dig into the deeper sense, always try to find a lot of information about a particular vulnerability. If you are finding any vulnerability related to, let's say, uh, JavaScript, okay, suppose if any vulnerability related to JavaScript, then always try to go through with JavaScript coding knowledge as well. Then only you will be getting a lot of information and you will get into the source code, and then you'll get a lot of bounty as well. So that's all for today. So hit down the comment box and with your answer that we asked in the starting. So as always, thank you for watching this video. Jai Hind.